good, that's a sign that he probably has a problem. And it's especially if this is the first time that he's disappeared. You're like, why hide this? Why do this now? I'd rather have... Yo.
Don't. Hey guys. Yeah, it's a cowboy boot.
Luke, get with it. Luke, get with it. Guys, welcome
You're Sierra
to
Farrell
this.
right now?
I don't know who that is.
She's got that.
Hey guys,
Okay.
hey, shut the
Yes.
both of you shut the f up. Welcome to tea time.
No, it's not. No one's welcome to tea time.
We're fighting
today.
right now.
No one's welcome to tea time.
I hit a landmine and I have to live
We
with
have
this.
a new enemy on the podcast today.
Welcome everybody. Our favorite
Luke, gay-ass Knoll.
That's true.
Lucas gay-ass Knoll. Yeah.
I grew a mullet out, which I
like
feel
the
like...
hair.
You know what? I'm at a needs a haircut, needs a shaping moment.
No, I like it. Keep it.
I'm trying to like break through that awkward in between stage where I just grow my hair long and kind of do the young dad pushback swoop kind of move.
I like the mullet thing is good. My boyfriend has the same thing. It looks good.
I kind of am rocking the like 90s uncle, not in a cool way mullet. Like I'm like where I'm drinking Amstel Light and smoking, like I'm ripping the filters off of a cig when I smoke
With
it.
this outfit, honey, you are looking like you don't practice monogamy.
And here's the thing.
You do.
I do.
I know you do.
So,
you're Mr. Married.
I love my friggin' wife.
Luke, who are you? Tell him who you are.
My name is Luke. I'm a little guy out in these mean streets. Big fan. I freaking ride hard for you guys.
Former member of SNL. Why'd you get fired?
I got fired for
did you quit?
I got fired. They told me to stop coming. They were like, we're actually good
on that.
We're actually good on that.
How long were you on for?
A season, 1 year.
Period.
And they were like, actually, no more.
Why?
Okay, wow.
They did not need another nondescript white guy with this kind of chin.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
They went, we have enough frog ribbits, whatever, gizzards.
And they
were just like, it was bad timing more than anything. I was there the first full year of Trump. And it was like nonstop, like Alec Baldwin, like level celeb. Like every single thing in the news was played by like Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I'm never getting in at all. You know?
Did you ever have any? Did you have any scenes?
I had some, yeah. I had some things. I had a few little wins here and there.
He gets mad. He goes, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But not really. Like they came and saw me do my act in Chicago, and I'm like, they're gonna let me do this once. The answer is actually no. They won't.
Wow,
who was on your season?
The year I was there, I got hired with Chris Redd and Heidi Gardner. But the people on the show was like Pete, Melissa, Alex Moffat, Mikey Day, Keenan, Cecily, Leslie Jones.
Great.
Was Chloe on yet?
Not yet.
Beck and Kyle, love Beck and Kyle.
Beck and Kyle. Kate McKinnon.
Okay, classic.
Yeah, it was good. Okay. It was a wild year. It's not a fun place to be a new guy.
I can't imagine it would be.
Yeah, no?
I can't imagine
I watched
it would
the
even
documentary
be fun.
on Peacock, and it seemed so intense.
My wife hovered. She went, "Are we gonna?" And I went, "I don't need that."
You said, "I already went through it, babe." Yeah,
I lived it. I don't need it
because you're working like every single. What you have one day off?
You live there.
Yeah,
you pretty much live there. When the show is on, but they do like take little breaks where it'll be like 3 weeks on, 2 weeks off. 3 weeks on, but it's like when the show is on, you are consumed.
That's so gnarly.
You're sleeping on your like love seat in your windowless office.
Is it kind of fun? Like, is it like the writers' room's fun? Are you ever in the writers' rooms?
No, it's not. No, I mean, you
can watch the documentary on Peacock. They unpack
I don't have Peacock. I'm not going to pay for it.
There's moments that are fun. Yeah, don't pay for Peacock. Yeah, we do not ride for. This does not ride for Peacock.
Yeah, you hear that?
This pod anti-Peacock.
Hey guys, so sorry to interrupt the episode. Just wanted to quickly say, if you guys could please subscribe to this YouTube channel, that immensely helps us. Please leave a comment, please follow us wherever. Our guest today is the hilarious Luke Null. He just had a special come out called Pretty Songs, Dirty Words. You can watch it on YouTube. It's hilarious. And then just a nice reminder, Gabby Lamb is going to be at the Pechanga Arena with Felipe Esparza April 5th in San Diego. And me, Harper-Rose, you can see me at the Siren Theater in Portland, April 25th, which is a Friday. And then I will be in Brooklyn at Union Hall May 6th, which is a Tuesday. We hope to see you guys there. And again, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Now back to the episode.
I went back for the 50th, and that was fun. Went back for like the Radio City Music Hall like concert.
It looks
and
so
stuff.
cool.
It was so fun. Like Cher and Robin.
Like how many people are like so many people?
Everyone who was ever on the show pretty much was there.
Crazy.
And I was like, there was moments where people were like, he's gonna fire us all again. Because we're all in this room and we were all fired by one guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is weird that we're here to like
hang out with
suck his pinky ring off and wait around until we poop it out.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, it was weird, but it was fun. It was fun.
How's Pete Davidson? I love him.
He's good. He's a nice dude. A troubled young man.
Troubled young man.
Troubled young man, but he was always so friggin' nice to me.
Really?
He was somebody when I first got there, like, it's just a hard place to be new. And I'm like, I'm not a rich guy. I didn't go to like Harvard or NYU. You know, there's that. There's definitely a line in the sand, a little bit of that.
Interesting.
Of like, okay.
A little bit of a class.
People that have.
There did kind of seem like an undercurrent that I was, again, I'm an SNL nerd, so I watched like the documentary, then I watched like the other, like how the music gets made and all. Right. I like did like a deep dive.
It's crazy. It's all such a machine.
Yes, it's so fascinating. But wow. And I had a question. It was going to be so good. But you know what?
Forget it.
Now I don't want to. Now it's so good I don't even want to ask.
Was it Marry, Fuck, Kill?
It was Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Right.
Lauren's asshole, Lauren's dick. Mary's asshole.
Keenan and Kate McKinnon.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, well,
Chris
so
Redd.
that was in 2016.
That was I was there 2017, 2018.
2017,
Got
2018.
Yeah.
Do you ever, is it like, I imagine, was getting fired painful? And is it painful that people bring it up on?
Bringing it up, no.
Okay.
It definitely, like, did you ever see the movie Princess Bride?
Yeah.
There's a part in The Princess Bride where Mandy Patinkin's character, the whole movie, he's like chasing down the six-fingered man.
Mm-hmm.
At the very end, he's like, I don't know, my whole life, I've been chasing this six-fingered man and I killed him and now I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I felt a little like that, where it's like my whole life I had been like this weird pie-in-the-sky dream and goal, and I, against all odds, had the chance to do it and then immediately lost it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, there was definitely like, but at the same time, like, I can look back on it now for the positives and for the good times and for the fun of it. And then, like, instead of like, when you're in it, it's not great. And like, Twitter wasn't nice.
Yeah.
Where they're like, fire him.
Really?
Oh,
you know,
my
we're just
God.
like, I'm
What
not
a
even,
nightmare, dude.
It was a nightmare.
This is like social media and all of it's like such a fucking nightmare. We shouldn't know how many people hate us at all times.
I know.
And
I
they
really
do
would love to
instantly,
not.
too, by the way.
Instantly.
It's like, it's so crazy. They'll love you, love you, love you. And then you say one thing and they're like, actually, fuck them and fuck them forever. And it's like, we have to, it's us versus the world, honestly.
I feel like, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but like different apps and different like platforms, I feel differently about their like bucket of commenters.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Where I'm
true.
like,
Yeah.
if you are someone good, like who is commenting on like Yelp, good or bad, I think you're deranged.
You're,
and
you're kind of a pussy.
you
and
should be sent to jail.
I agree.
Also, can you
100%
imagine
agree.
just
Like,
had a
good
great
or bad?
meal? Gotta let everyone know 5 stars. It's like, shut the
No,
fuck
it's
You gotta
Yelp
shut
is
up.
like you are deranged. There's something wrong with you.
Something's up with you.
Yeah.
How unattractive. Like, babe, what do you do? Like, after the meal, like, you want to like get it. You're like, oh, 1 second.
Imagine dating somebody who yelped, who earnestly yelped.
I had a friend who found her therapist on Yelp.
No.
And it like she's like, this person like told me to journal. And they were writing like super bitchy, passive aggressive, like I don't even.
Wait. They found their therapist.
Their therapist was
left a
writing
comment.
Yelp's comments, and they were like, "Oh no!" Like just a window into this person's like
no,
very worst soul.
No.
And you're like, "Oh, this guy! I listened to his advice, and he's like,
Yeah.
being like,
Oh,
the
no.
nachos were too spicy."
No.
You're like, what's going on with you?
Oh.
sweetie?
Hey, I can't
I
do
listened
it.
to him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
like, I was so vulnerable.
I kind of feel like that a little bit about YouTube comments. I understand it's part of the we're trying to get them, but at the same time, even people who comment positive things, they're
think
like,
about
"We
this all
really
the
love
time.
this." I'm like, I still think if you had to sign up for a YouTube account so that you could comment,
I think that
you should be thrown in a gulag.
And I agree.
People,
and I do agree.
like on
A
our
gulag is
YouTube,
right.
they are so insidious. And someone's like, Lee's only in it for the money. I'm like, Lee loses money the second he steps foot in this studio. Like,
Yeah,
honestly.
I immediately asked Lee for money as soon as I got here.
I know.
Yeah.
I
and
said,
you
"Can you
did.
spot me
And
a
so
20?"
did I.
Our fans hate us.
They do hate
No,
us.
they really hate us.
Literally, they're like, this stupid fucking
Then they're gonna
podcast.
love me.
Well, and dude, it is the thing though. It's like you need people to comment. Like
You need
it's
it.
part of the thing, but
the
it's
engagement.
also, it does feel deranged.
But then there's like a TikTok sometimes where you'll see like a wild video like that's very out of pocket, and then you sprint to the comments because you know whatever the top cyberbullying is going to be really funny.
And that lets,
you know what I mean?
TikTok has the best comments.
And that's what makes me believe in community. Because I'm like, well, I got to see what everyone's saying. You know?
Do you ever, because I will comment, no, I don't. I feel even so dorky laughing at somebody who I don't know on TikTok, but sometimes when it really gets me, I'll be like, ha, 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 ha. And then I feel so stupid. I'm like, that was so dorky of me.
On Instagram, I always comment on like, yeah, the ha-ha is sweet.
Yeah,
sweet.
That's where I'll go. That's where I'll go. Anything else is so embarrassing.
I like to support mentally ill people rapping and be like, you dropped this king. Like, I like to be really positive. I like to be like, I'm only like...
You egg it on.
Yeah.
Followed. Can't wait for more.
Instant follow.
Yeah. To strangers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a little bit. I have stopped, but there was a time when I was doing that.
Can you imagine? Sorry.
Okay, so here's the thing. You just had a special come out. Because I know we could talk about comments, but I want to get into this. What is it called one more time?
It is called Pretty Songs, Dirty Words.
And I know that's right.
Pretty Songs, Dirty Words.
And I saw the second taping of it live at Dynasty.
Thank you for being there. Appreciate you.
Wait, why wasn't I there? When was it?
I invited
you. Did not get the invite. Only had so many.
Okay, get him out of here.
I see why SNL fired you. Know what? I invited you to Ellery's. That's what it was. Oops. Yeah. That's right, because I'd hit you up.
You double dipped?
Yeah, I double dipped.
Where was I?
Okay. So I know it took a second for it to come out. Are you so happy with it now that it's out? Like, have the comments been nice? What's going on there?
How are the YouTube comments?
I've been kind of doing like the promotional rounds where I'm like going on some friends' pods, like nice friends that are having me on. And I made the mistake. I went on the Almost Friday pod. Love the boys. Great.
Okay.
Love it. It's a great pod. I threw red meat to those savages who I love. Don't kill me. And I was like, go into my comments and like start fights. I'm like, say some controversial shit.
You did that.
So that you can start some fires in there, because fights are what you want.
Fights are what you want. It gets into the algo.
My videos that have popped off and like the videos where I've got the most engagement are just like, it only took like one or two lunatics to say like something rotten. And then people jump down their throat. And I'm like, I need a couple lunatics to fall on the sword for me, say some rotten shit. But the thing is, now it's all that. And they're not fighting with each other. They're just, who can say the most out-of-pocket thing?
You inherently created your own little community of haters. You're like, everyone's going to disagree. They're like, right on, brother. You're like, that's not.
In a weird way, it's insulated me from knowing what's good or bad.
Right.
And so now I'm like, it's all positive, because anyone who's doing a diss, I told them to.
Right.
And so, you know what I mean?
That's actually...
It's a little weird, but it's like worked.
That's pretty good.
And I told them to just I threw out like a random timestamp where I'm like, you should just at like 35:27 and be like, what a wild moment.
Yeah.
And of course, now there's a bajillion comments about this thing, and like people are like, are these bots? Like, this is a non-joke moment. Like, this is like a random setup moment.
So funny.
Yeah. And I don't know.
Okay.
So that's been good.
But so they're good. They're supporting you.
No, it has been all good. It's been good.
That's so funny.
I'm just glad it's friggin' out, because it took too long.
I know.
When did you record it?
Too long ago. Like so long ago.
2 years ago.
Like a year and a half and change or something.
Yeah.
Like too long.
Was that your first one?
My first one, like full taping. I did like an audio only thing back when you didn't have to be constantly churning clips.
Yeah.
Clips
like,
out.
right
an
after
album, if you will.
An album.
Yeah.
Did an album.
Nobody does. Nobody does that.
There's no reason to do that.
No.
There's no reason to do that.
No, you got to get clips, baby. You got to get the clip.
You got to show whole.
You got to show whole.
And I gape.
And you gape.
And I open with a gape.
And that makes sense for you.
That's right.
God, good for you, dude.
Loved it so much. So sincerely.
Seriously, thank you for being there.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you being there.
Yeah, Gabby.
No. I will watch.
Hey, now that, go start a fight in my comments.
You, and I will start a fight in the comments. And
we did the worst show ever.
Which
together.
One did we do?
We did one that I loved watching you go, and you watched me go, and like you were the only person laughing.
Which one?
We did one in like a hotel lobby. Do you remember this show where we went up and it was like this weird back room of like a hotel?
Was it the one with Audrey?
Yes.
No, okay, dude, I was not on that show. I was just there watching. So you did not watch me go up. I was watching.
You want to know what you're thinking?
No, you went up.
No, Luke.
You did a short set.
No, I didn't do that. That was the one that was like kind of recently in Venice or in Santa Monica.
How did I?
No, I wasn't on the show.
It must have been another show.
We all did Abbott Kidding together.
No, that I love.
Oh,
Love
we
an
did?
advocate.
Luke was on that one?
Yeah,
oh,
and you did really well. And then we kind of ate shit, and it was really it was really
I
fun.
always kind of eat shit there though.
You lost them at one point, but then you got them back because you just like went so hard, and then I tried to riff off of you when I got up,
and they were like, no,
and they just went, and I said, oh, okay, and I got even more unlike. I was like, oh, you don't like me? No, I'm gonna make you hate me.
Double down.
And then you had to follow that.
Oh, and
I do like assaulting of the earth. I like when someone's like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm doubling down. Don't think I'm going. I when I was on my way here, I was thinking of things I wanted to work on. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going for throats.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Everything goes out the window, and you go, you know what? Yeah, we're just doubling
fuck
down.
Venice.
Yeah.
Fuck Venice.
And
Burn
then
it
Ellen
all
sends me
down.
the tape, and I go, hey, that seems like you're attacking me.
Hey, delete that.
Don't need to send it.
Oh, she's never.
I think I'm good.
Has she booked you since then?
Oh, spoiler alert, no.
Yeah, no. I'll never get booked again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the last time we ever did her show.
That was the first. That was the first and last time.
That was us salting the earth.
That hotel show, that was so funny. It was full of old people, and they were all like spread out in that room. And you were singing about your dead grandma.
I wanted
or
to
your
let them
drug-addicted
know.
grandma.
Yes.
They're friends.
And I was screaming. It was so funny. It was so funny, and they were all horrified.
They were not. I was just trying to let them know that they were mortal and that they should get the bucket list stuff out now before they're ghosts.
And I appreciate that.
And I tried.
I appreciate you doing that.
I wanted them to get stuff done.
Dude, it was so funny.
Only you and Audrey were just like howling from the back, and it was like really giving me gas when I needed it because I'm like, I'm dying up here.
Yeah.
Just making people aware of their mortal coil.
I want to let you guys know it's close.
Is that song? Did you do that in your special?
No.
Oh, it's so
and it's bare. Like to call it a song is generous. Like I was really just like. Kind of riffing out of.
You said, hey, you guys are old. I know how to relate. Doodly-doo.
The drug-addicted grandma. It's, oh my God.
Yeah, my pillhead grandma.
Oh, it's so funny.
I have something for you guys.
Wow, that's
oh my God.
Because I do my research. I watch a little some tidbits of some eps so I know what I'm getting into.
Okay. Look at you.
And I think I watched the most recent ep where we're talking about some like what I would characterize as a bi Felicia type of guy, where they're like, "Hey, you're beautiful." No response. Fuck you. I want to kill you. Like I'm just like love that. That's the kind of guy.
That's the energy. Yeah.
Love that. That's like 1 in 3 guys now.
It is absolutely 1 in 3 guys.
Yeah.
Which is like really cool. And I thought to myself, you know what though? These guys are sometimes left unread. You know what I mean? Like they're not getting that response.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I crowdsourced and I found some of these people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, I know you guys want your questions to be answered.
Please.
All right? From the gals. And
Okay.
I will be that vessel. I will be the mulleted vessel of the psychos.
Okay.
I will let them, this is a deep cut ref.
Okay.
I will let them Whoopi Goldberg my body from the movie Ghost.
Haven't seen it. Lost on me.
Oh my
Patrick
God.
Swayze takes over Whoopi Goldberg's body and like has a last dance with Demi Moore.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you have to remember the whole time at this beautiful moment, she's dancing with Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. Which
Right.
honestly,
Okay.
I would prefer that.
Honestly, give it to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, yes, please.
Love that
So
movie.
picture me inhabited. I wanted to give these guys an avenue to ask questions directly. And I got 3 questions.
You got 3
from
questions.
Psychos.
From who?
I would think psychos.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Harper and Gabby. Big fan.
Hold on. Where did you post this?
I kind of looked through comments that I thought were like unhinged people.
Yeah.
And went,
You
hey,
DM'd them.
what's
You did
something-
not do this.
So just to sum up, we're talking about reply guys.
Guys.
Yeah, guys that are sending these messages. They're not getting anything in return. We really went hard on them.
That's right. And I saw some reply guys that I went, these people need to be heard.
And you DM'd them.
And you DM'd them.
That's right.
When did you do this?
I love how unwell you are. Okay.
When did you do this?
I did this yesterday.
Okay.
Harper and Gabby, big fan of the pod and milking my hog to your OF. Wanted to ask you guys, would you ever consider flicking your beans on the hood of a moving car? Signed, Girth Brooks. This is from Girth Brooks, wanting to know if you'd ever flick that thing, bean.
Somebody posted that?
I asked them, what's a question?
In a DM, I presume.
Yeah. So would you ever flick your bean on the hood of a moving car?
Let me think about it now.
So no.
No.
So 2 no's.
So it's going to be 2 no's.
So Girth Brooks out there, The answer is no.
Flick your bean. Also, here's the other thing.
Jack off.
Don't say flick your bean.
We know.
We know
But
what
thank
flick
you.
your bean means.
Thank you, Luke.
Thanks, Luke.
I
Just because you have the mullet, you're not trendier than us.
No, I'm not even attempting that. I'm not even attempting that.
Did you think that we didn't know what flick your bean meant?
That is what he thought.
You know what I wanted to say?
He goes, jack off.
I like
crank it.
I think saying jack off for women is way funnier and better. Like using the term jack off for women is way cooler.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
it's so funny. Flick your bean is disgusting.
It's yuck.
I hate when guys say it. I think it's so gross and weird. Jack off is way funny.
Jack off way better.
Jack off, crank one out.
Because you're kind of taking it back.
Yeah,
I
reclaiming
agree.
it.
Yeah, you are.
But no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, so actually, no, we're not jacking off on the hood of a moving car.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
No.
Harper and Gabby.
No.
It's me, a guy you went to high school with and who now does open mics. I've DM'd you each 900 times and been left unanswered. Here's my question. Squirting is just pee, right? Like y'all are just peeing all over the bed, right?
Don't know, never squirted.
It's 90%.
90% pee? Mm-hmm. What's the other 10%? A little bit of juice?
It's a little bit, it's like watered down cum.
Oh,
Is it that? I would say for me that it's mostly probably bacterial vaginosis.
Okay.
It's an infection.
It's an infection. I'd say it's not good.
So you've popped like a pussy's booger zit?
There's something in there, yeah, some kind of cyst. That's
so yours is 90% BV and then 10%, or wait, no, 90% piss.
No, we'll go 90% BV and then 10%
and then 10% piss.
I've never squirted though, but if I did, I would assume.
Okay.
That's what it would
that
be.
It would
nice.
be that, but I'm sure that there's like a release feeling of just I'm peeing.
Do you squirt?
I've only done it one time. It was with my first girlfriend I ever had, and it's because like we did like 7 rounds, and then on like
a squirt intensive.
Yeah,
squirt intensive.
And then it honestly freaked me out, and I was like, "Ew, what the fuck? Oh my god!" And then she's like, "No, you just squirt," and I was like, it was inhuman, and I don't want to do that again.
Like, no, and there's a cleanup.
Yeah, I was like, that was a sin.
Guard, you have to forgive me.
No, thank you.
No
can I ask you, have you ever made anybody squirt?
Look
Everyone in the DMs.
Look at me and tell me if you think I made someone squirt. No.
So the answer is no. Yeah.
No.
You're not a Squirtosaurus Rex?
And that's not from me constantly whispering in girls' ears going, "You're gonna, right?"
When you're just kissing.
We're just kissing and like,
Lee,
I'm just doing this on the outside of their pussy.
Yeah.
On the pants.
On the hemorrhoid.
Yeah,
on your hemorrhoid.
Have you seen anybody squirt, Lee?
I have.
You made someone squirt.
I have. I know you don't believe me, but I have.
Okay, diarrhea.
Wow.
Squirt diarrhea.
Yeah, it was a diarrhea fountain.
They just shit all over my lap.
I bet they did. I know, dude. It's not happening for me.
Okay, well, you got to be hydrated. And you're always drinking coffee.
That's true.
It does seem like a lot of juice gets left out there, and I am worried about the hydration amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm worried about
nice
it.
So you're saying after you squirt?
Yeah. Same way where sometimes if you like shoot a rope, you can tell whether or not you're like dehydrated. Where you're like, that was a really toothpastey rope.
Yeah, because it's kind of thin.
Yeah, or it's too thick.
It's too thick if you're dehydrated.
If you're dehydrated, you're like, this is like easy cheese.
Wow.
Okay, easy cheese.
So I don't love that when I do hate that.
Okay.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to yak one out for the boys.
Shut up. Does it sometimes really hurt when you come?
Yes, it does. Sometimes it does. If you haven't for a minute, sometimes you got to, it's really like, I describe it like an easy cheese. Like if you haven't used your easy cheese, like you guys have self-respect, so you would never use that.
I don't know
if you haven't used like a can of Cheese Whiz for a minute,
it builds up.
And you do it, there's like a hardened chunk at the top that eventually, Lee knows what I'm talking about. That eventually you just got to break through that some bitch and get back to the cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta eat that hard crust.
You gotta eat that hard crust.
We should all know less about each other.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
That is insidious.
That's rough stuff.
Yeah, it is rough
mentally,
stuff.
I'm still not over you DMing these people.
I got one more.
No.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
All right, this is the last one.
That face.
Gabby and Harper.
Yeah.
Big fan of your comedy, bigger fan of absolutely emptying out my balls to pics of your yabos. My question
Well, he's
is
not talking about my yabos. He's talking about your yabos.
Maybe, yeah. But my question is more of a request. I have a very specific kink where I'd be able to look into your gaped butthole and somehow be able to see daylight out of your mouth. I think you'd have to swallow mirrors and kind of make it like a periscope of a submarine. Any chance one or both of you would be willing to swallow mirrors so I could look into your beeholes and see out of your mouth? Thanks. Signed, a guy who bowls with your uncle.
Well, first of all, Lee, you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
And that was creative writing.
These are all, you're like, okay, so what I meant to say is I just was messaging Lee.
So my answer.
We had a long conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to really do a download.
Yeah. Download. Okay, easy cheese.
My answer is, well, you guessed it, no.
Wow.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Dang.
This seems like an easy one.
I'm not understanding. He wants
All
you
you got to do is stand there.
Yeah, he wants to look in your butthole.
Yeah.
And then through a series of like periscope type, like you know how in a submarine they can like see out of the top?
Yeah, it's like
because there's a little mirror in there.
It's like Fios. It's like
and he wants to do that to then
see out your mouth.
He wants to look in your butthole and out your mouth.
So when
I wrote all of these.
Oh my God!
I'm not gonna message those guys.
Okay, so
thank God, because I was getting scared. I was like, we're gonna need to honestly 5150 you after this.
Yeah,
I know.
But we do actually have to 5150.
You have to take this now.
Yeah,
You have to put this in evidence.
We actually do need to
because whatever's going on in there is dark.
Yeah, that ain't good. But I do think that a human being able to look in your butt and out your mouth is pretty cool.
Okay, and now we're all learning a little bit.
You know what? You get creative when you take ADHD meds. I don't.
That is true.
Look at you.
That is true. I kind of start. My brain starts to cook.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of, my insides become like medium well.
You get overheated.
Yeah. I get overheated. I sweat like a pig.
It's wild
oh my God,
to me that you take ADHD meds and like.
If I don't, I'm a slug.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
You get like
bump.
Wild on them. It makes me like.
Really?
Yeah, you and Audrey. It like shuts you guys.
It shuts me down. For you, amps you up. That's wild.
It amps me up, and it also makes me go like, I need to reorganize my closet.
That is the only that does that for me.
Right.
I can clean, but man, I can't perform.
If I don't take it, I'm just like laying face down naked on my carpet in the middle of my living room.
Coming up with
that
these.
is also true.
Writing this one.
You're like,
yeah.
And then for the final one.
And for the final one, do a human periscope.
So, okay, before, I guess we can introduce what the fucking, what
I
our
forgot
thing is.
what it is.
Divorce.
Honey,
So our
divorce.
prompt today, Luke, is divorce. Have you ever had one?
Personally, me, have a divorce? No.
You just had a marriage.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
We're getting there. No. No, I love my wife very much. My parents are a good example of someone who would be like, how did you not? You're just like so toxicity bonded together.
Interesting.
That you can't.
Are they still together?
They're still together, and there's like no reason for it other than just like they've just through all the different life horrors, their skin is fused together like a Siamese twin.
Luke, I feel like that's what happens.
When did it stop being harmonious in your home, or for as long as you can remember? Was it kind of tumultuous, or
a little bit? But like they had like some brushes with some like cancers. They each almost died from cancer, and because of that, they're kind of like.
What cancer?
Fuck it, we ball. My mom has had breast cancer twice.
Okay.
She had colon cancer. Her from all the radiation, her sternum, like that holds together your ribs, just roasted away. So they were like, yeah, your ribs just came loose.
No.
So she's like been through it all. Her knees replaced, her hips replaced, her skull fractured. She's just done it all.
She's done it all.
And so my dad is just basically like, what am I going to do with you?
What are you gonna,
I gotta try to one up you with pancreatic cancer.
So your dad got pancreatic. So your family riddled with cancer.
Absolutely lousy with cancer.
okay?
So how do you feel about that?
I got checked because I'm like, y'all are just walking cancer.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, I need to do the blood test or whatever. I wish I had recorded the call that the woman gave me. When she called me up with the results, she goes, "Is this LUKE NULL?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Yeah, you pretty much it came back all good, but I'm gonna let you know right now that cancer is just kind of an umbrella term for your body kind of breaking down. We only have like 30 of them like mapped out genetically, and all the rest we don't really know. You know, 5% of them are genetic, 10% of them are environmental, and the rest is just your body fucking breaking down."
10% environmental?
I think that's what she told me, but I bet it's more than that.
That's wild.
Okay.
But she was basically just like, you don't have any of the ones, but we could barely check for anything, is basically what she was saying.
And you said, that sounds good.
And I'm like, cool, neat.
This sounds like Kaiser Insurance.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
And I love
No,
that.
I can always got Kaiser.
And I told you it's bad, but it's okay.
They go, we don't care if you die.
No, they don't. They actually
Does
welcome
the check clear?
Yeah. Oh my God. I remember I had like a check, like the last time I went to a doctor was like a few years ago, and I have epilepsy.
Okay.
And so
That I know about you.
clock it. And so I was in there and I was trying to get different medicine. And then she goes, I mean, just like, you're still going to seize. So I don't know. I got other patients. And I was
Why fight it?
I know. And I was like, well, I'm allergic to
Embrace it. Embrace it.
I was like, I'm allergic to most medicine. So can you just like give me this one? Because I've already been through it all. I know this one works. And she goes, no, I can't. Just take it, and then just walks out of the room. And I'm like, oh, are we just done? And because I thought she was going to come back, and she just never did. I was like, okay.
And you know,
and then she's being paid by the.
And then I jerked off, and then I left. Yeah,
immediately jacked off. And
immediately jacked off.
Yeah,
the healthcare system in America. Don't get me started. So good. I love it.
So cool.
So cool. So we've got cancer, no divorce.
That's right.
Should have been divorced.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no divorce should have been just. Yeah.
Midwest.
Very Midwestern.
Yes.
Where
Cincinnati
Midwest?
folks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some good Cincinnati. Some Cincinnati freaks.
Do you have siblings?
I do have one brother who lives across the river in Kentucky.
Okay.
Shout out to my brother Jake. What up? I hope you're jacking
What
off
up,
right
Jake?
now.
To this.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
It's
Fuck
a
it,
weird wank, but it's been done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone has.
Somebody has.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. So your parents, you look at them, you go, how do they seem like they ever were a good couple?
Yes.
Okay.
I think like they're drunks too. So that is like a definite like night and day of like, are we sober? Or like they're functionally
Right.
big. They're just big drinkers. So it's like if you can catch them early in the day, perfectly nice people.
Right.
It's late in the day where you go, oh no, what have you done?
It's hard to have a dazzling personality after like polishing off a 12-pack.
Yeah. After slamming a thing of Evan Williams knockoff whiskey, which is like the
That
it
sounds
looks
good.
like Jack Daniels. Then you get close to it, and you're like, that's a different name, but it's the same branding and color scheme.
And good for them.
Good for them.
For all of it.
I like that that's legal. That you can just make the bottle look pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, but it's only $7. So that's just cleaning solution. Are y'all's parents divorced?
Recently. They just got divorced a year ago.
An elder divorce.
Ooh.
An elder.
Wild.
Yeah, my dad is now with his high school sweetheart.
Okay.
Who originally broke up with him because he was doing too much meth.
Too much meth?
Yeah.
But, so there is an acceptable amount.
Yeah.
And then there's a
And
line
now
where you go, you're doing
That's
4
too
meths
much.
per
Yeah.
day?
Now at 60,
You're
he
seeing
finally
shadow
found it.
people. We
Yes.
gotta,
Yeah, but so my dad's with his high school sweetheart. I used to dog on her, but I do sincerely really like her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But yeah, so they live up in Chico, and then my mom is in Phoenix.
Okay.
Alone.
So there's a little distance
Yeah,
there.
so she lost. the
She
divorce.
lost.
I know.
Do you
that's
think
how it
this was
goes with
happening
women.
before?
What? Of course it was. My dad likes to run trains.
Sometimes you're going to absolutely run train on your high school sweetheart.
How are you
But I
gonna
asked my
not?
dad, I said, Dad, be honest. And I can't believe I'm saying this on here, but this is what he gets. I was like, Dad, do you cheat on her? Just be real with me. Because like we're like a little too honest. He goes, first person I haven't.
First
I said,
person.
Yes. And I said, that's an enchanting detail to learn about my dirty
First person
dad.
is wild
dirty,
though
dirty
because
dad.
he
Yeah.
was-
I was like, okay, Dad.
I mean, okay,
man,
that's wild though because your parents were married for so long. So that means that
32
like
or
he-
31 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Right. So then he had girlfriends with your mom that he was cheating on with them too.
Yes. Well, yeah. So
Right.
the mistress that my dad had right before he got with his now girlfriend.
New squeeze.
new old squeeze. Okay, squeeze. He was seeing this woman up in Seattle.
Okay.
And don't worry, my mom and my dad and this woman all worked together at the same company.
Oh, good. That's pretty wild.
I know.
And then then like you're just like supposed to like go hang out with your dad who you love and
Yeah.
be like not call it out or not be weird.
Right.
It's like, yeah.
Dude, being a child of a parent is just wow.
What
and
an
I can say probably that everybody in existence is a child of a parent somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
That's a bold statement.
And what an experience it is.
There is a moment though where you go from like being a kid and thinking that your like parents have it all under control and stuff. Like there's like a moment where your like consciousness clicks on where you go, oh,
You're not.
they're fallible.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, they make mistakes and they say dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And they're actually kind of racist.
Oh,
and
oh boy.
And
Yep.
yeah.
That one's
Turn it up. Yeah.
We went from 0 to 60, huh?
yeah.
And
yeah.
just like asking my mom for advice. My mom's like a total sweetheart, and like growing up, you know, when you're just like asking your mom for like, you know, someone's being mean to me in gym or something, like what should I do? She would give me like the worst, meanest advice, like fucking like say something really mean about like are their parents together?
Yeah.
No. Say something about that. like she was just like not that exact.
She's a couple of drinks down when
But-
she's telling you
Yeah,
this.
exactly, but
because
she's
it's
like, go
probably
for the
nighttime.
throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
God,
Call
what?
him fat.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not.
Well, are they fat?
Yeah.
Give him a complex. Say it. Yeah. It's like,
Say something that really sticks with them. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God.
Like, that's... Yeah.
But it was like, those are all not real examples, but it was stuff like that, where it was like, she's giving, and me at like 14 was like, that's bad advice. Like, I'm not going to do what you just told me to do.
And it's funny that you were able to even discern that.
But barely.
Yeah, I know.
But you're like, should I just try it just for the fuck of it?
I mean, I feel like a lot of people who grow up to be comedians, it's like, to some degree, it's a defense mechanism of some kind.
Oh, to the 100th degree.
Was your family funny?
No.
Really?
People always... My dad is funny and like not... He's not a funny guy.
Really?
But you can laugh at him just because it's like, it's just too much.
Is your brother funny?
My brother is funny.
Okay. Mom's not funny.
My mom and dad are not funny.
Wow.
Like, they're not.
Interesting.
And that's wild.
My dad is like, now that I've become a professional comedian, my dad now thinks like saying the most wild thing he can to like a server in public is like, that's what I want and is funny.
Like, what is it? Like, what's
and it is what you want. Yeah.
It is what I want. I mean, and what sucks is like, for not like 98% of the time, it's like, please shut the fuck up, stop. But every once in a while, he'll get a good one, and I laugh, and my wife's like, you encourage him when you...
Yeah.
But you're like, it's a broken clock. It's going to be right 2 times a day.
It's right 2 times a day.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, he does get a good one in, but he said in earshot of a woman, a server at a restaurant, that she was bootylicious. And I went... You're not even joking. Like, you mean? He goes, what she is? What do you want me to say?
And then your mom's like,
love
sweetie, he's a truth teller.
He's a truth teller. No, she hates him it even more. She's like, shut the fuck up.
They do love to say, though, well, she is. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
My dad does that, too.
Which is, I'm like, I want you to say nothing.
Yeah. Just don't say
Shut
anything.
your mouth.
Yeah.
Don't say anything to her. She's a nice lady.
Yeah.
Who doesn't need you saying bootylicious to her?
She doesn't need it. My dad does that, except he'll say it with people of other races. And you go, well, you don't say that. And he goes, well, that's it. Well, they are. And you go, well, no.
Does it add anything to the story?
No.
And it doesn't.
It's on that. That's what they are.
My dad is the inverse, where he is so liberal, it actually goes back into being offensive.
The horseshoe?
Yeah.
And
where you're trying to be... Yeah.
You go, no, please don't. Please don't.
At least he's on that end of the spectrum, though. Because my dad's on the other end of the spectrum.
Hard same.
Yeah.
Hard same.
Picked up on that from Mr. Cincinnati. Yeah.
Look at that.
Not great. There was a minute there where he's like coming up with new slurs, and I was having to like tell from context clues what group of people he was talking. He's like, these Pop-Tarts out here with their water guns and their super soakers running around. I'm like, what are these? Who are Pop-Tarts? I don't know.
Hey,
I'm just like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's probably Mexicans.
Probably Mexicans, yeah.
It's
my dad. So
all right, on Pop-Tarts. Should we read a story or two?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't even ask me if I've been divorced, because I have. And yeah. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah, in the pandemic.
Was it fun?
My divorce. It honestly couldn't have asked for a better person to be divorced from.
Okay.
So easy. So
That's
easy.
good.
Yeah.
That's best case.
Well,
just weren't right for each other.
Green card thing, right?
Well, not yes and no. So
they were in a real relationship.
We were in a real relationship. My ex was from England. He is from England. And we were in a real relationship. And it was one of those things where he came to be with me for a summer. And like the week he was supposed to leave, he was like, I don't want to go home. And I was like, I don't want you to either. Let's just get married. So we went to the courthouse, got married. And, he, missed the boat on the green card stuff. He didn't file some paperwork. So then he was living here for 10 years with no status.
Mm-hmm. Kind of overstayed,
right.
That's
so just a touch.
Just a scooch.
Then he left.
One scooch.
And he can't come back, right?
No, and he was gonna try for his friend's wedding. He's getting married here. And I was like, hey, not a good time to try to get back into the country.
No, people are getting detained.
They'll get you.
They'll get you. He was like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't buy a ticket, should I? And I was like, no, unless you want to be detained, by
They'll
ICE.
throw you in El Salvadorian prison.
And they will. And he's just an Englishman from the countryside, so I don't think he's going to do well in an El Salvadorian prison.
No, they'll eat him alive down there.
He's not going to do well.
Not great. Really cool times we live in, though, huh?
Oh, it's feeling good, dude.
I feel good.
Every day I go, more, please.
I saw
A little
on
bit more
TikTok.
of that.
A little bit more.
I saw on TikTok there was this girl who was like, "Hey, people from other countries, right? Like, use the comments to tell us Americans things that like we're not being told here." And then everyone's going off, and everyone from all over the world is like, "Oh, we're all being warned to not travel to America." Everyone's saying it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And like everything that they were saying, I'm like, "Oh, okay," because I'm like, "Oh, maybe it's not." Maybe it's not as bad. And then you
lie
see, like,
to me.
you know, Bernie and AOC are like on like a world tour right now, being like, "Hey, things are getting worse and worse and worse."
No, they are.
Everything sucks and is bad, but the good news is it's getting worse.
And the good news is it is actually getting so much worse. And what do? You go,
yeah, and it's only been 2 months.
Yeah.
We got
months.
4.
I'm horny.
We got a long time.
I am horny to
horny.
see
When
how
things get-
rotten it gets.
Yeah. Horny.
Horny.
So we don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I have all my Fortnite skins, so I...
Okay.
But it's like stuff like that where I'm like, what will it take for us to like riot? You know?
I think we're getting close.
It's getting there.
I think we're getting close.
Well, Luigi gave me hope.
Me too.
But also, here's the thing. Yes and no.
Okay.
I want a couple more Luigi.
We need a couple more
Well,
Luigis.
there's gonna have to be. Somewhere down the line, everyone is gonna have to just kind of come together, and then we're gonna just have to do our, I don't know, like a hybrid January 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping that we would kind of do that, but like I'm hoping we can minimize it and just get a couple more cool Luigis to do. Like maybe we get an airline CEO. I know that's making my life hell. Is all airline shit where I'm like, can we not make those guys a little more scared to just fucking absolutely screw you over at every single second?
What I really like right now that's happening on social media is you'll see posts with like a serene background and they'll say things like, "Please next time don't miss." And you immediately know who they're talking about.
Yeah. Yes.
You know?
I love the TikToks that are like, what will you do the day when you get the news?
Yes. Yeah. And you know what they're talking about.
You know what they're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yep. This or it'll be like this and not missing next time. And you go, I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, I kind of love that. It's like a way around it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you can't, you know. But.
And we're kicked off YouTube.
Yeah. And plausible deniability.
And that
Pretty
is
much.
true.
And okay.
We were vague.
I know.
We were vague. So okay,
We're
my
talking about
question
jacking
is,
off.
who wants to start? It's a 2-paragrapher.
Luke, do you want to start or do you want us to lead you in, honey?
Lead me in. Because
Okay.
I did a little bit of reading of my own stuff and I had to like lie about it and act like I was talking to the weirdos.
And that was weird of you.
It was weird.
And it was weird. Also, I just want to say, I don't know about you, but I earnestly believed that you did this because you are so out of pocket.
No.
And I was like looking at you and I was like, I can't wait to sincerely talk to you
I
when
know.
these cameras are off. I was going to be like, Luke, why would you do that? I was like, are you good? I was like, the bit's funny, but I was like, don't talk to them.
I know.
Like the
don't
scary,
open it.
like the guys are like, you fucking bitch. And you're like, I got to get some closure.
You're like, let's give these guys more gas.
And while you were reading it, I was like, this is too nice. Like these people are being too nice.
It was the third one that I was like, this sounds like you humor. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I try to ramp it up.
Yeah.
I like that you guys honestly were like, no.
Yeah.
We're like getting pissed off. We're like, and you can tell them to go fuck
Fucking
themselves.
stop.
Yeah. But so then, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Honey, why don't you start?
Okay. Divorced my lying, cheating baby daddy. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Honks and Daddy Lee.
Hey.
Okay.
And Uncle Luke.
I met my ex-husband. Let's call him Jason. Ha 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 ha. Just fucking with you. His name really is Jason.
Okay, sick.
We get mad at them when they say, let's call him or let's call her.
I like that you just go, no, they said something fucked up, put them on blast.
Yeah, and honestly, good. Okay, so she
Also, didn't need to know that it was his real name.
yeah.
Just
Also,
give
you
us
don't
the
even have to
fucking
say
name.
that. You can just say Jason.
No, but I'm into it.
Okay.
We love our listeners. Okay.
I
they
hate
love
is
you
kind
back.
of mutual because they hate us and we hate them.
It
So it's kind of like
flows.
and we all keep coming back to each other.
yeah.
Okay, so
a
I met my
toxicity bond.
ex-husband, let's call him Jason, on good old Facebook, red flag, when I was 15 and he was 16.
Okay.
It was summer before my sophomore year and he was a senior. We hit it off immediately and, of course, fell in puppy love. He was obsessed with me, however. He always had a tendency to lie. You know, maybe just throw in a comma if we can.
Oh.
He
You have notes for this.
Yeah, I do. He was obsessed
Don't
with
be
me,
shy when it's
however,
on
he
you.
always had a tendency to lie, period, about the smallest things ever, period. Well, you didn't need a period there. And of course, me not knowing better and loving the attention, I would just push it under the rug. Him and I spent literally all of our time together through high school, and he quickly became part in my family, and same for his side of the family. When I was 18, during my senior year, I got kicked out of the house for saying I wasn't feeling very loved by my parents. That's a story for another day. So Jason told his mom, and she allowed me to move in with him. I graduated a couple months later. Jason and I got married so I could get on his insurance, LMAO.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, business move. A couple of months after that, I was pregnant, and so we bought our first house, and the rest is history. By the time I was pregnant, she's 18 now. By the time I was pregnant with my second, he was heavily drinking and making really poor decisions. He had gotten blackout one day when he was supposed to be at his trade school. I couldn't get in contact with him. A bartender answered his phone and said it was left at a bar. Prior to this, he had gotten his work van taken away. We don't have that. He got his work van taken away for getting in an accident. I later found out he was drunk and fell asleep at the wheel. So he was using my car at the time to go to and from work. When he finally sobered up that night and realized where he was, he decided he was done drinking. He was sober for over 5 years. At this point, we have 3 kids. Oof, okay. And he started working out of state, and we were set to move to that state, but we were waiting for the go-ahead from his company to sell our house and move down. Him and I were long distance, and he would come visit us every month for a weekend, 2 weeks. It was extremely lonely for him, and I was having to learn how to single mom my 3 kids during his absence. We rarely would ever talk over the phone. He would just be really distant with me at times, and he started to go out a lot. I had suspicions that he was drinking again, but I just wanted to have rose-colored glasses on. One week, it's like, what do? You have 3 kids. Of course you have to do that.
Yeah.
One weekend in March, I couldn't get a hold of him. I couldn't see his locations, calls straight to voicemail. I thought his phone must have died, and he was catching up on sleep after working overnight shifts, etc. My best friend was like, girl, something is not right here. I was messaging one of the other wives of his coworker, and she told me they were working, which I knew was not true. I finally got a hold of him, and he gave me a bullshit answer that he was sleeping and then proceeded to yell at me for reaching out to the wife. I got off the phone, and my best friend was like, what the fuck was that attitude for? It was so bizarre for someone to treat you like shit for simply being concerned if you're dead in a ditch or not. Okay, pause. Do we think that he's cheating?
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
All right. He came home multiple times after that incident. We went on dates and had sex. Okay,
so he's definitely cheating, and I bet he's not using protection.
Yeah, absolutely. The last time he came back, I had a plant pot fall out of a plant holder on my head and got a concussion. And this motherfucker literally made me drive him to the airport with a terrible concussion where I couldn't even see straight.
Wait, he sounds hot.
That was the last time I saw him before finding out over FaceTime a couple weeks later that he didn't care about me anymore and got it out of him that he did, in fact, cheat on me.
Yeah.
There it is. We were literally each other's first, so it was gut-wrenching to find out someone I'd been with since I was 15 years old, was in my life for 13 years, could do something like that to me. And this is why women kill.
Yeah.
You have 3 kids with this fucking loser alcoholic.
Yeah.
A planted pot falls on your head, you get a concussion, and he has the audacity to be like,
He's
I
like,
don't
can you
like
drive me to the
anymore."
airport?
Yeah. This is why women kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
If she went Lorena Bobbitt on him, I wouldn't even judge her.
It's like, I wouldn't either.
Choppolini.
Yeah.
I was naive. That's all I needed to hear to be done with him and realize for years I pushed so much shit under the rug. So many years of jabs and receiving very little emotional support. It's like, you're so young though. Like, how do you even,
I know.
you know? He took care of me financially, but when it came to my emotions, it was like a brick wall. We separated and I FBI investigated and found a girl he had followed. Months down the line, him and I were on good friendly terms, and he would send me random sunset photos or rainbow pictures.
Okay.
For whatever reason, gay. For whatever reason, I remembered this girl I had found on his following and went to creep and saw a photo she posted of a rainbow with the same backdrop. God, women literally are, we should all work in the FBI.
We are better than the FBI.
We
So
are.
how about that?
You guys are all on a text thread.
Yeah.
We all are.
A
We really are.
sisterhood.
It's a community. Okay, so backdrop of a photo he had sent me of the same exact rainbow. It was in that moment I realized he was fully in a relationship and living with the girl he cheated on me with. It's now been 2 years since he cheated. Him and that girl are still together. My kids actually adore her. Oh, it sucks.
That's painful.
And
But you know that he's going to cheat on her too.
Oh, if he's not already.
Yeah.
And my kids adore her, and I love that for them. I'm engaged. I actually didn't think I ever wanted to get married again, but I found a gem of a human who is actually a 2-time cancer survivor. Luke.
I can't wait for mine.
And he treats me like a queen. I proposed to him.
Oh,
cute.
Okay.
Nice.
That's
Wow.
go you, huh? Go you.
Okay.
My kids also adore him, and my son especially, who is my baby, loves having a male figure around. Anyway, I swear I was just with this man towards the end of our relationship because of appearance and the fact that we live in a small town and we're basically our town's high school sweetheart, happy couple. It was like I didn't want to break other people's hearts. Sorry for so long and probably all over the place. I just woke up having all of one margarita last night and I'm a little woozy.
You're fun and I like you.
If you think your man is being shady and cheating on you, he 100% is. Trust your intuitions, lads and ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I appreciate the earnestness of this story. That it seems like you honestly are very well adjusted.
Yeah.
It
and a nice happy ending.
Yes, I'm happy for the happy ending, but there was about a halfway point in that story where I was just like, oof.
Yeah.
A lot of like, oh boy.
A lot of oh boy.
Well, sweetie, and I'm just going to let you know, just giving you a little peek behind our curtain, most of the stories on this beautiful podcast end in rape or incest or occasionally a murder. So that honestly was kind of like a cakewalk. I was like, oh, wow.
No child station.
I know, no, yeah, like wow, like the prompt can be like best Christmas. But like, well, the best Christmas I had is when I realized that my uncle was a because he fucked me and then he went to prison. You're like, oh, well,
yeah.
That wasn't even the third best Christmas.
No, sweetie.
Yeah,
but you got a bike that one time.
Yeah.
That's rough. Yeah.
Being together from 15 years, it's like
you don't know anything of like when you're together from that young. It's hard to know anything else. You don't know anything else. You've only known one person the whole time.
Your brain's not even fully developed. Like you haven't shaped your personality yet.
No, your whole personality is that person. And honestly, good for you for being able to just be like, yeah, okay, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
It does suck though, especially having to rely on someone for money.
That is a
fucking
prison.
Sucks.
That was honestly the relationship that I was kind of in for a little while was that. It was like he was so good at taking care of me that I like couldn't leave.
That you put up with some bullshit.
I was just like, how can I leave? I've never had a man who like pays for things and can take care of me and blah 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 blah. And it was so it does hold you back a bit.
What kind of money boy was he? Like, what was his thing?
Well, he came from it, and then he was just like smart with like his businesses.
Yeah,
got you. So came from money is the
came from a little bit of money. Had like sold a house, had money from that. Was good with
Mm-hmm.
Man, sometimes you see other people's like circumstances that they were born with, and you go, "That sounds like that would have been a sick ride."
Yeah,
and
didn't get that.
Yeah,
didn't get that.
Didn't get that. Didn't get that.
Too poor.
Yeah.
Nope. Didn't
get that. Thanks, hon.
And Superman, that hoe, and wobbly you. Now wobbly you.
Okay. Hi, honks and pee-pee, literally. And Luke. I was married for 9 magical months. Okay, full term.
Mm.
We got married in September 2019 after 5 years of dating. And the day of our wedding, my ex-husband transformed into an alcoholic cokehead overnight.
Now, what's with that? Now, what do you mean you're together 5 years and then all of a sudden this comes out?
Once you got your hooks in them and they can't escape.
Is that what happened with you?
Yeah, I showed my wife my real
You
self.
showed her the real, yeah.
I was like, now I've been holding in all these farts. and we were together for 8 years before we got married.
Were you really? Do you guys fart?
Oh yeah. You can't. People who don't fart, gulag.
So she farts in front of you?
Of course.
She shitting with the door open?
And she's disgusting.
I love it.
Because she lifts cheek.
Yes!
She peels cheek and hisses.
Oh, God, good for her.
And I go, quit hissing. She likes, I'm like, stop, just fart.
That's so funny.
Just fart. You're not hiding it.
You'll fuck after?
After a hiss? No. Because I know there's a lot going on. And I know that if there's one hiss, that's the beginning of a series of hisses.
Something's quite literally bubbling up.
With the door open?
No, we don't do that. You take a moment to. Now, has it ever been done? Sure.
Yeah.
But like in general, good take a moment to yourself. Pee, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
But not the pooping.
No, because sometimes you got to go through. You got to exercise a demon. Sometimes you got to like go through something. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you got to grunt one out and like need a minute.
Yeah.
And I don't need to see it. She doesn't need to see it.
You don't, okay.
You know, we got 2 bathrooms. There's a poop bathroom.
You have 2 bathrooms.
There's a poop bathroom.
You got to have 2 bathrooms.
No, I only have one.
Yeah, and I know you only have one, and it's right next to the bedroom, and the walls are made of paper. But that would stress me out.
It's
but
nice to have a poop bathroom.
I love your confidence, and I'm not being facetious. I sincerely do love how unapologetic you are with the shit and the poop, and I hope to like one day be that comfortable.
He gets mad at me because I'll just leave the door open. He goes, please shut the door.
No, it's like a sign of dominance. You
It
dom
is a sign
your
of
man.
dominance. I look him in the eyes. I say, no, you look at me.
Look at me while I do this.
Look at me while I fucking...
You go, hey, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. I had Hormel chili.
Yeah.
I want you to see this. I want you to know what's happening. And then you're just growling and barking. You just turn into a fucking animal.
Try that, Gab.
You guys are giving me good. Yeah, these are good notes.
Because you got to spice it up. Now that you guys live together, like he's going to be seeing everything. You got to like, mix it up a little bit. And go,
but I do think if you're like dating someone early on, there is a range where you're holding back some of your stuff.
You can't let it. You can't start squeezing them out.
That's sinister.
In the beginning of the relationship. I dated
someone very, very briefly. Emphasis on very, and then another emphasis on briefly. Luke, clock it. Where they were sinister with the farts. They were not stingy with it, and I was like, oh,
maybe
another
a little
one.
Stingy.
Lie to me. Lie to me a little bit.
I said, and then
slow burn that.
Literally, and then when I broke it off, spoiler alert, they were like, "Wait, are you serious? Like, I thought we were having a good time." I'm like, "Yeah, you're having a little too good of a fucking time, yeah."
You're
Mr.
farting
Beans.
nonstop.
Yeah.
Like, literally fart city.
You need to lie early on. You need to lie and be like your best self for a minute, and then slowly leak in all of your psycho traits.
Yeah,
where you're like, today I'm gonna let them know that I,
want to look through your asshole like a parasite or whatever.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to look in a butthole and out a mouth, and that's like you want to wait for like
classic.
And the way that Lee's smiling, he's like, I just got a new idea, a new fantasy. I
loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
I know you did. You did.
Okay.
You like the butthole periscope?
I like the butthole.
He did.
Periscope.
They said they wouldn't do it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It would need a lot of mirrors.
It's like fiber optic cable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't do that with your hands, Lee.
It's like don't say fiber optic cable.
Luke, don't.
Now let's hear someone talk about how they go.
Let's hear about another.
On Reddit, they were like, every time Harper reads, she gets interrupted. Because like I interrupt myself, but guess what? It's called being organic.
Okay,
bitch.
so start from the top again because we all got mixed up.
Okay. That tone didn't like that, but okay, here we go. I was married. I was married. It's cute. Okay, I was married for 9 magical months. We got married in September 2019 after 5 years of dating, and the day of our wedding, my ex-husband transformed into an alcoholic cokehead overnight.
Well, also you got the pandemic marriage too.
That's the thing, right?
You got the pandemic marriage.
Well, we got married September 19. Yeah, so this is right before the pandemic.
Right before. Yeah.
So then she's gonna have to be bottled up with Mr. Coke.
Yeah.
He's just like zinging off the damn walls.
Oh yeah.
He always drank and dabbled with drugs, but nothing that truly concerned me. So she thought she was just like with like a fun guy. Okay. Starting literally the day we got married, that all changed. In the 18 months of couples therapy following our fairy tale 9-month marriage, the therapist concluded some men just struggle with the authority of marriage and advised that I get a hobby.
Okay. Was that the fucking Yelp review?
That literally is the
therapist?
Yelp therapist.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Get a hobby.
Their service was, and the server Rhonda, she didn't seat us for way too long. Rhonda, do better, hun. 3 stars.
I did like the chicken tenders though. So
the chicken tenders were sick, so I am giving it 3.
I want to say there's something diabolical about leaving a 3-star Yelp review. It's like that just is so indifferent. Like it's not good nor bad. It's like I had to come on here and just say didn't really feel either way about it. It's
didn't love it.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
Either yes or no. Give me a 5 or a 1.
Give me a 5 or a 1.
A 2, 3, 4. Don't need
Don't do the fucking in the middle. Yeah.
There should only also my favorite is when they go. Okay, we're never gonna read this. Right?
Okay,
My favorite is when like it's like a 6-paragraph Yelp review and it's like. I walk in and it's 5 stars. Now the first half star is deduced when
I hate that.
the temperature, and I'm like, don't walk me through the thought process.
Write a
you
book.
fag.
It's like, what are you doing? Like, get out of here.
Yes.
Write a book. No.
Oh my God.
Channel this in any other way.
Any other way.
The fact that you did a 5-paragraph Yelp review, really genuinely, your house should be SWAT teamed.
It should be.
Like,
yeah.
Please get swatted.
You're unwell.
You need to be taken away and locked up.
Truly.
Your eye makeup is really pretty.
Thanks.
Luke, you didn't want to dazzle us? Okay. At our wedding, he got
This is me at my best.
At our wedding, he got blasted and disappeared from the reception.
Okay.
I found him 2 blocks away sleeping in the grass in front of the Children's Museum. He refused to come back.
No.
I walked back to my reception in tears in front of all of my guests, took an Uber to our hotel room, and fell asleep between my cousin and best friend. Since this was unusual behavior for him, I tried to let it go and start our marriage on a better foot.
Okay.
On our honeymoon in December, we went to Thailand. The first night, he got trashed and disappeared, abandoning me.
Dude, he loves to disappear.
A little bit of a pattern forming here.
Having a White Lotus experience.
White Lotus action, jacking off his brother.
Jacking off his brother, spoiler alert. Yep.
Okay, I have too many thoughts, but I will keep reading. I got back to the hotel on my own and fell asleep crying on the bathroom floor because I couldn't find him. He walked in at 6 a.m. with a black eye.
Oh.
Apparently he went up to a guy on a motorbike and asked him for a ride home. The guy, quote unquote, kidnapped him, zigzagging through Bangkok, and took him to an ATM, demanded him to withdraw money at knife point, punched him in the face, and abandoned him there. And it took him 5 hours to walk back to our hotel.
That didn't happen.
Huh?
That didn't happen.
He was fucking lady boys.
Yeah, he was fucking lady boys. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, one
There
of
it
them
is.
just gave him a good punch.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, because he was probably like, ew, what the fuck? Said something
Do you
offensive.
take checks?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, or it's like he has some like weird kink and he's like with ladyboys and he goes, I need you to hit me as hard as you can in the face.
Rock me in the kisser.
Oh,
Rock me in the
yeah.
kisser.
Maybe they just had like a really fun, beautiful night. And then he goes, oh, wait, I need to explain this. Yeah, punch me in the face.
Right.
Ooh, that could be good.
That makes sense.
Take notes,
Fan fiction,
fellers.
we're writing it here. Okay. From there, he just kept drinking more and more and doing more coke. He literally got a Coke spoon keychain, gay, and put it on his key ring. COVID started March 2020, and lockdown just escalated his drinking. He would get drunk and get angry during this time. He threw a trash can at me. Okay, Hulk smash.
Okay.
Got mad and...
Immediately do a Hulk smash joke.
Got mad and dumped out all of my... Okay, second story with the plant attack. He got mad and dumped out all of my plants all over the floor and curb stomped a chair and broke it into a ton of pieces. His routine was work from home all day, start playing video games after work, and blow lines and drink beer or vodka all night and play video games. Okay. He ruined my anthropology plates, cutting up coke on them. They were cut up straws and bloody tissues all over the place. He was drinking a fifth of vodka most nights, never came to bed. Apparently, he'd stand up from his chair around 3 a.m. and fall down and pass out on his office floor.
Fuck.
And none of this behavior was exhibited in the 5 years.
That's my question,
None
too.
of
Where I'm
it?
like, there's like one sentence like, he used to drink and do some drugs, but I wasn't too worried about it. Where I'm like, my question is like, did you stop? Maybe you were doing it too.
That's
and then
what
you're like,
I think.
And then I went sober, and then, you know what I mean? Because then you can see things with clear eyes where you're like, oh no.
I will say...
But pandemic makes things worse.
I obviously wasn't married, but I was dating someone who was... He drank and partied so much, as did I. I was partaking it too, but he like... I was struggling to keep up with him. And then when the pandemic kicked in, and there was like little nodes of cheating, I'd be like, don't do it again, seriously. He's like, oh my bad, babe. I'm like, seriously, you better stop. I just don't like it. And then when the pandemic happened, that escalated way up too. I'm like, why do I keep having BV? Like, why does it look like a Shrek swamp is like cascading out of my fucking snatch? Are you hungry? I hope so. And then, and it's because like everything just got turned up to like a fucking 11.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So like, but
pandemic times were some shit. It was if you had something a little annoying in your relationship, it immediately became like
it was totally
10 out of
exacerbated.
10.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The farts. Okay.
farts.
He was. Anytime I would go into his office to bring him dinner or say hello, God forbid, he would scream at me because he didn't have time to slash his little Coke setup. Stash his little Coke setup.
I could see why that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want it out and ready to go.
Yeah.
You can't just you have to have it fully set up.
Yeah.
Because it's such a
You're playing Minecraft, gotta stack these blocks. Okay.
my blocks.
Yeah. She was interrupting him. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He eventually bought a fake book off of Amazon to hide everything in.
Oh.
One time I went in there when he was gone to clean and found water bottles full of piss. I was married to a bottle pisser.
Because you wouldn't leave the room, he would sit in the room and pee in the bottles. That's what my
It's
ex-wife did.
intense alcoholism.
Yeah.
Is what that is.
Praying for him. Anyway, this all came to a head in July when he came home trashed one night and I yelled at him for driving drunk. He flipped out, broke everything within his reach, slammed me to the ground so hard my knees bust open, and I had to go to the ER to get 15 stitches. He destroyed so many things in the house. He threw a candle at the wall so hard the wax literally liquefied and splashed everywhere.
Whoa.
On top of that, I was trying to escape him and tracked blood all over the house and on my rugs. Wrapping up this very long story, he moved out the next day. The fact that he moved back in 1 year later is a story for another time.
Oh, what?
What?
It's okay, honey. You know, we can't explain trauma, okay? I live in the beautiful state of Virginia, which requires you to be separated for 1 year before you can officially get divorced. Due to all the COVID divorces backing up the system, our divorce was not finalized till November 2021. But separation started July 2020. So that's my 9-month marriage. I have pictures of all these memories below, including the busted knee. So trigger warning for blood.
Oh,
I need to know. Wait, so he moved back in a year later?
Oh my God.
He moved back in? Damn.
Not you laughing.
Oh, not good.
Not good.
Jeez Louise.
Ew.
Where is he now?
He looks exactly like what you would think. Like
his hand in his fucking pants.
This is so alcoholic.
That's just,
This is so fucking, this is
Post Malone.
That is post
Yeah.
dude.
This is, if you live in LA, this is every guy at 4100.
Thank you, Lee. I need that. Lee's gassing me up.
This picture does look like Lee from the bottom.
That's absolutely Lee.
This is Lee from the bottom.
What does his bracelet say? Eat cunt?
Eat cunt is a cool bracelet.
Eat cunt.
Okay.
Oh,
Eat cunt is
The
a
face was a jump
red
scare.
one. Why are you wearing a bracelet though?
no.
And why are you wearing a bracelet?
And that's on piss water bottle. Yeah, okay. So everything I'm seeing I hate.
A piss water bottle scenario. The only person that I know who did a piss water bottle scenario is my friend who was so deeply alcoholic that he died.
Oh, okay.
When I went, so once you're not able to go to the bathroom because that's like you're so drunk you can't like stand and you're just like, I gotta do one of these.
Yeah.
That's when it's like, oh no, you need medical attention.
Yeah.
And like this person went like full fucking Jack Nicholson from The Shining on her. Like all work and no play makes,
Yeah, he did.
Eventually you just fucking snap and
I wonder where he is now. My ex-boyfriend peed in water bottles, and
why?
Because he lived in a shed, a literal shed that was like converted into a small room, and was too lazy. He didn't have a bathroom. He was too lazy to get up and walk outside of the room to go to the bathroom. So he peed in water bottles.
Yeah, and his cat had AIDS. If you want to just really
feline
get the full
AIDS
pic.
is a serious problem, and
Feline AIDS is a serious
we're going right
problem.
down the barrel with this one.
And is this the guy that sent you into a deep spiraling dark
There's a guy I almost
depression
committed
that you
suicide
would-
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you would call me hyperventilating and couldn't.
Yeah.
And
he
then he
recently
called
got
me-
his new. So he's had a girlfriend after me, and then a new one. He has a new one now, and he recently got her name tattooed on his face.
I'll kill her.
So he got his new girlfriend's name tattooed on his face. My friend showed me. I said, because I don't look at his social media. She said, "Uh-oh."
Really glad we missed like weeks of the pod and had like.
We literally,
breakdowns.
we literally broke up because of it started with
bottle
his
pee guy?
breakup. And then we're like, you're crying over a literal unhoused loser.
A goblin.
And then she
Oh,
said,
it's goblin.
Who has
"Man."
the Stephanie with an IE.
Yeah.
No, but basically,
A long name.
basically, yeah. I said
Yeah.
that was my man.
And we said, and then Lee and I are getting tired of it, and then we're fighting. Take us back, sis.
Take us back.
Look, I'm on his side.
I knew you would say that, Luke.
No,
And we
this
fucking knew
guy,
I knew you would say that.
I'm so curious about the like to be so. I'm so lazy. I'm
Yeah.
the laziest there ever was. But like to be so lazy that I won't go pee
No, yeah.
is like insane.
And he was sober when he was doing this, so you go.
That
really
level of-
wild.
Really
Yeah.
wild, isn't it?
Really wild.
And he would like talk down to like everyone. Okay, I can't.
Okay,
La,
so
la,
let's
la,
give.
la, la. Okay, so Luke, this is a story I want you to read.
Okay, sick.
Do you think you can, dare I say, handle it?
I'll do my very best. And if I get interrupted by a tangent, I like this. This is a cool little pad.
I know.
iPad kids.
Yeah, what are your
Can
thoughts?
we talk about iPad kids?
What are your thoughts?
People are like, I don't want to do that for my kid. I'm like, if it shuts them up,
And that's
Yeah.
right.
rot
Wait.
their brain out with whatever.
Sweetie, you guys gonna have kids?
We're in talks about leaving it in, but we're not actively.
And talks about leaving it in. Nice.
About
how old is
dumping that
she?
milk in there? Oh.
She is 34, so it's
Okay,
time.
so you're-
if we're
you're
gonna
at
do it,
time.
it's got to happen around now.
And what are
you're
you?
At time.
I'm 34 as well.
Okay, cute.
Age
gal.
appropriate relationship.
Yeah, you're not a
I
pedophile.
guess she's 35.
Yeah. Oh, she's a cougar.
Crib robber.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a baby. All right. I need you guys to help me workshop my OF launch.
Okay, perfect.
Are you doing the taping?
No, I'm talking about straight up showing.
Oh, you're talking about
that's
straight
what
up.
yeah.
I'm not doing the fucking comedy shit.
Yeah.
I would. Actually, that boils my blood. Just stick to boobs and ass.
Hey,
psychos.
we'll talk about that after.
Okay. Story. So my dumbass got married when I was 21 to a man I barely knew. His name is Abraham. He asked me to be his girlfriend on our second date, and I said yes because I got serial killer vibes from him and was too nervous to say no.
Oh, now that's a way to start a relationship.
Starting out with a bang.
You go, I'm scared. Lock
I'm
me
scared,
in, coach.
yeah.
He was hard to avoid because we worked together. I did, however, warm up to him, and we eventually got engaged after 5 months. Again, I'm a dumbass.
You're a lover girl.
I need to know how old
the amount of like our grandparents' love stories that started like that.
They're all this.
It's all this. Where it's like, I was her bus driver.
Yeah.
And I was 38 and she was 12. And I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
You're like, times were simpler then.
You're like, no.
Like, oh, love was
The
real
laws were
then.
loosers.
I kept showing up at her house.
No, literally, like
I threw rocks at her window in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You're a lunatic.
You're a lunatic.
I put a ball gag in her mouth. I said, you make a sound, you ain't making it out of this house alive. You're like, oh.
And
now we have
50
16
years later,
kids. Yeah. And we have 16
we never
kids.
laughed. Right, honey? You're goddamn right. You're like, oh.
Yeah, back in your dog kennel. During those 5 months, before getting engaged, we were constantly on and off because I was not into him and I was actually in love with my friend Sam at the time.
Oh.
But Abraham would always woo me with chocolates and flowers, and I'd feel guilty and get back together with him.
That's all it took.
That's all, yeah. It's
She's forgetting the gun behind his back, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
During that time, I found out and confronted Abraham about him cheating on me, and I was about to break it off while we were at the gyno. I was pregnant with his baby.
No.
But it was horrible timing because we found out I miscarried, so I held off on breaking up with him.
Oh, thank God.
And just ended up staying after all. I convinced myself that I'd eventually fall in love with him. I forgot to mention I was freshly out of an abusive relationship with my high school boyfriend when I met Abraham, so I was not in a good headspace. Woof.
Yeah.
About a few weeks before the wedding, I had cold feet and told a couple of friends, including Sam, who's our hero in the story, that I didn't want to get married, and they convinced me that I was just nervous and everything would be okay. The day of the wedding, Abraham got wasted.
Oh.
A little bit of a, we're seeing a pattern with these kinds of guys.
Everyone needs Al-Anon.
Yeah, if your husband is just absolutely hammered on the day, the day of the wedding, Abraham got wasted, and I spent my whole wedding day alone asking the guests if they knew where he was.
Okay, sounds okay.
We're getting a little bit of a replay. Very fun, very cool guy. Once the wedding was over, he was so trashed, he passed out immediately in the hotel room, then got up around 3 a.m. and left without saying a word. He came back after about an hour, but I was too tired to care at that point. At that moment, I knew my marriage was going to end soon, but then I got pregnant and I got scared to leave. So this is number dose. We ended up having a baby, and then he knocked me up again only a few months later. Although we were married, this man would still spend hours every night at the bar and gym with his friends, or so he says. While I was pregnant with baby number 2, he came home and said, hey, so we're moving to California in a couple months. I joined active duty.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Throw it on the pile.
And there it is.
He was an Army Reserve.
There it is.
He was an Army Reserve. When we met, but we never talked about him going active. I was livid. Of course, I packed up my life and we moved.
Okay.
I was livid, of course.
Pushback. Yeah. We lived in the middle of nowhere in Fort Irwin, California. I got extremely lonely there without my family and friends to keep me company because Abraham still hated being home. So it was just me and my 2 babies alone almost every day. Even when he was home, he said he did not like to hang out with us because we're too clingy.
Okay, well.
Whoa, boy.
Well, they are babies.
They are babies. Yeah, they literally need you to live. I had to basically force him to watch one movie with me every now and then. Even on vacations, the kids and I would stay in the hotel room while he'd be out late. No surprises there. Embarrassingly enough, I started to develop an insane crush on Theo Vaughn.
Okay.
I would binge listen. We're here. This is what we're here. I was rooting for Sam, but then Theo late at the bottom of the 9th.
Didn't expect this actually at all.
Okay. This is why I wanted you to read it.
Yeah, oh God.
Okay.
I skimmed through and I said, yeah.
Embarrassingly enough, I started to develop an insane crush on Theo Von. I would
Bad crush.
listen to, yep.
Bad crush.
Cool mullet, but that's about where I stopped. I would binge listen to his podcasts as a way to comfort my loneliness and because I didn't want to cheat with anyone. I personally knew I put all of my romantic energy into Theo.
Stop.
Anytime I would have a romantic thought or fantasy about my friend Sam, I'd think about Theo Von instead. I basically tricked my brain and heart into falling in love with him. I did eventually meet Theo at one of his shows and was ready to risk it all.
Oh, girl.
But unfortunately, Abraham's lame ass was there and he cock-blocked me.
Yeah.
This worked up until I got depressed because I actually wanted to date Theo.
Oh.
Okay, so depressed because can't date Theo.
Yeah.
Okay. Home stretch.
Okay.
I was ready to start planning my escape when Abraham came home one day and said he was going to be deployed to the Middle East. The universe did its fucking thing. I felt bad because he claimed he had no choice. But then he spent his last weekend in the U.S. in Vegas with his friends instead of home with his wife and kids. All guilt left my body and I went demon mode. After he left, I packed up with my 2 toddlers and went back home to Phoenix, Gabby's favorite. I told Abraham while he was overseas, we are no longer romantically involved in any relationship between us. We'll now be strictly business. I'm no longer officially your wife, only on paper for now. And I am going to do whatever I want with whoever I want. And nothing you say will convince me to stay.
Period.
He tried everything in the book to get me to stay. Even tried guilt tripping me about how he fucked up. I was to do this while he was forced away from his wife and kids. How fucked up it was.
That he literally hates.
Right. That he doesn't like at all.
Yeah, that he doesn't even, no.
Yeah.
He later slipped up and told me he volunteered to go for the money. So I fucked around, and somehow I fucked around right into a relationship with Sam.
Hey!
Abraham was still overseas, and we were still legally married because there is a law against filing a divorce with military people while they are deployed. He was still trying...
That's fucked up.
Yeah. He was still trying to control me because I was legally his wife. He went completely insane once I told him I was dating Sam and started harassing me, Sam, and my family. Fast forward 4 years to present day, Abraham and I had a short talk about our messy, dramatic divorce, and he did apologize for everything. Sam and I are still together, but he's been really pissing me off lately, and Theo Von is starting to look pretty fucking good again.
She did not write that.
She sure did.
No.
Shout out to Theo for keeping my slutty ass faithful during my marriage. Hopefully I fuck around this time into Theo's bed.
Don't.
Sorry for the long story. I love you, honks.
You don't hear, and my advice at the end of this story is you don't want to fuck around into Theo's bed.
No.
You don't.
As somebody who has.
And there it is.
Don't.
And drop it like it's hot.
Yeah. And sometimes
he's very funny. That's all I'll say.
Love a Jody story. You know what I mean? When they call Jody, is like the name of the guy who fucks your wife when you're deployed on active military. And it does seem like it happens all the time nonstop.
Yeah, and it does. It does seem like it happens all the time nonstop.
Yeah.
All the time nonstop. And like the guys, like my friends who are in the military, of course it happened to them. Like,
yeah.
And one of my very best friends was in the Navy, and his wife was like racking up just credit card debt.
Are they still together?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
okay. But it's like a lot of the time it's because they're young and this is like the best option, or like, you know, and so I get it. But then like once you're away, you have that moment of clarity where you're like, oh no, why are we married? Not. This is insane.
This happens so often with military relationships.
Enough that it's all the name Jody.
Then that's right.
And I know that's right.
Jodie Foster is fucking everyone's man or woman while they're deployed.
It just also sucks so bad to have kids in these kinds of relationships. That's the worst.
So sad.
Brutal.
But the good thing is that in all of these stories, the axe has been dropped. The worst seems to be behind.
Well, until she gets with Theo, and then we're kicking up.
That's a whole new.
That's a whole new bag of cats.
Yeah.
Meow.
Oh boy.
So what time are we at?
We are over. We are long. We are way long. But
let's go.
So,
Luke, do you want to bring us out with a song?
I was going to say.
We would love it if maybe you felt, and if you don't, that's okay too. But we were wondering if maybe you felt inspired by anything you've heard today or horrified.
Or if there's something you just want to sing yourself.
You know, sometimes we are just horrified, and I encourage you guys to jump in anything.
Beautiful.
We got to do a tiny little sound check.
Okay,
here.
love that. Love that for me. Oh boy, does this? Love that. Sick.
Yeah, just get comfortable.
Whatever you're feeling.
Yeah.
Let me know when we have sound check this shit. I'm finding a groove. I'm finding a groove.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Divorce. We heard some nasty stories about divorce. What did we cover? It was all not good. A lot of alcohol seemed to exacerbate some problems. A lot of dudes getting drunk on their wedding night. How about this if your dude disappears on your wedding night and he doesn't give you that good dick? That's a sign that he probably has a problem. And it's especially if this is the first time that he's disappeared. You're like, why hide this? Why do this now? I'd rather have an open door pooper. I'd rather have that be the big surprise that you saved until the wedding night. You're like, okay, alright, this is what you do. This is the big news. This is what you do on the wedding night. Gonna poop with your door open. Oh, less drugs and alcohol. Show some moderation, you bitches. And I mean the dudes out there. Oh yeah. Swallow some mirrors so you can look into each other's buttholes and out your mouth. Human periscope style. Out your mouth. Oh, human periscope style. That's right. Thank you so much.
God, that was so
really ripping one. Really ripping one.
Wow.
That's how you end one.
That's how you end a podcast.
Luke, thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having me. This is so dang fun.
Do you have any dates coming up?
You know, I'm on the road. I'm in New Orleans in April. I'm in Mobile. I'm going to be in Denver in May. I'm all over the place. Oh, my God.
Guys, go fucking see Luke.
And go watch his special.
Go leave a mean comment and juice my algo.
Juice his algo. Juice his booty hole.
Just
go
my booty
see
hole.
his fucking shows. He's the best.
Come trauma dump in my comment section. I won't judge you. I really won't. If you go look in there, it's a lot of shit in there right now.
And our listeners, they'll do it.
They unfortunately will.
Come fight. Come fight on my turf.
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Okay, you guys, we'll see you on Patreon. Bye.
Get real, it's raw, the volume is up. Gabby and Harper with that unfiltered cup. They read it, you feel it, the madness erupts. Tea time's the moment, y'all better keep up. It's